I've never been, no one's confused me with having an indoor voice. I don't have an indoor voice.
I definitely don't.
You don't.
That's what happens when you work in New York City nightclubs at 20 years old. You know, just like lost all my
We
hair.
actually tested our creamy. Who's ever used a creamy and you're like, oh my gosh, like if you have an apartment.
My indoor voice is louder than the creamy, according to a decibel meter.
If I didn't get to wave to you today, let's wave. Like, hi, wave to you twice. Hello. Hello. Both of it. Don't miss out. Both waves.
We are so excited to be here for the Keto Orlando Summit, but we do have some bad news.
Yes.
If you came here to be motivated to do keto, that is not what we were talking about.
We're actually talking about the opposite today. We're going to help you how to be unmotivated. There's enough talk about motivation. Let's just go. I want to give people tips for losing enthusiasm. Okay, so that's why we're here today.
Yeah, so let's get some disclaimers out. We are not doctors, nurses, or health professionals.
But you know what else? We never discussed this, Joe. We have never shared this before. You also need to see, we're also not Olympic gymnasts. Never talk about that.
We're not tightrope walkers.
I can't barely walk. If I get pulled over, I don't need to be drunk. I cannot walk the tightrope sober.
And we are not ballroom dancers.
I mean, this is Joe's move. Like, that's about it. That's it. That's all we can do.
So what are we? It's real simple. We are two sick people who got well on keto and we won't shut up about it.
We just won't shut up about it.
And we really won't shut up about it because we tell everybody about keto.
Everybody. You guys might see, I Marianne's in that photo. Like, I mean, I can see Chris is in that photo. A lot of you guys.
Our grandbaby is in that photo.
Our grandbaby back there. Peyton, this is our first conference, everybody. This is our keto family here today.
So hopefully over the last 5 years since we started our YouTube channel, we have motivated people to improve their health.
That was our desire.
Yeah.
But here, hey, we got to pay the electric bill, all right? And
this is our full-time job.
This is our full-time job. And so we've decided that we want to expand our YouTube channel. There's an entire other half of the world we're not reaching because we're only trying to be motivational. So today, we're going to expand our audience, hopefully, like pass the word on.
Yeah, because here's the thing. If you do any kind of research on how to grow your YouTube channel, they tell you, give your audience what they want.
Right.
And the bottom line is audiences don't want to be motivated.
No. So we're looking for more people like this that would fit that bill. Like we're trying to kind of pivot to that face, that expression.
Okay. So we want to reach new faces.
Yes.
And this owl
very
prefers
judgy.
less enthusiastic.
Very, very judgy. So we're going to try to calm it down a little bit today, and we're going to show you some things that can hashtag be unmotivating. All right, so that's the goal today, hashtag unmotivating.
So what we're going to talk about today is 10 tips for staying unmotivated and losing enthusiasm.
Even losing, because that's a bonus, right? Like, I mean, it's one thing to be unmotivated, but what if you could actually lose momentum to the part that you could like actually go backwards in it? Yeah.
But don't worry, you know, here's the thing, you watch TV and they put parental warning, right?
Right.
Warning, this has nudity, this has language. We've got a warning.
We could
So anytime you see this symbol, we're going to possibly give you a motivating thought.
But we will warn you. We're not going to sneak up on you with that, okay? Like there'll be a warning.
So if you want to stay unmotivated, when you see this,
disregard this.
Just close your eyes, close your ears.
Don't look at that.
So tip number 1 to stay unmotivated, constantly remind yourself how far you are from your goal.
That is so unmotivating, right? So I woke up this morning and I looked in the mirror and talked to myself about how many reps I didn't do in the gym this morning. Super unmotivating. Absolutely very undermining, actually. I mean, it allowed me to look in the mirror and be like, you are a monster. You're a monster, and I don't think you're gonna ever get any better.
Like, I mean, you wanna be completely unmotivated on keto? When you have 100 pounds to lose, go, I have 100 pounds to lose.
Don't, like, if you've lost 5 pounds, you don't focus on that. Don't focus on the 5 pounds you've lost.
It's like, how many people remember the song 99 Bottles of Beer on the Wall?
Yeah.
When you said 99 bottles, how many people were like, how long is this song gonna go
The entire
on?
trip.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. So why is it so unmotivating? It's really simple. Because it's never a good time to stop and smell the roses.
No, I mean, you can stop. Let's show. I want to bring in like Cinderella's stepmother because we're in Orlando. So like, remember, she could go to the ball after she finished all her chores.
Right.
But like the chore list would choke a horse, right? So have you achieved your goals, dearie? Like, I can hear it in that stepmother voice, right? Like, have you finished all your chores? Have you lost that entire 100 pounds? Oh, no. Oh, well, you can't go to the ball. You can't even have a ball. Don't enjoy your life.
Like, I mean, how many people are parents? Like John Paul and Michelle haven't gotten to experience this yet?
Yes.
Are we there yet?
That will be the first sentence. That's the first 4-word sentence is, are we there
Side note, our first date was seeing the movie Are We There Yet?
No. We're not there yet. We're not still there yet.
So here's the thing. This is what our keto journey looks like when we get started.
And hello, there's some good things going on, right? This person has gotten their cold weather gear on. They are on the ice. They have laced up their shoes. And they've got the little structure so they don't fall on their butt, right? Like we're starting to move. It reminds me of going bowling. I recently went bowling with this gorgeous woman over here. And the lane thing, the gutter was up, right? And I was bowling amazing with that up, okay? But that's how you get started.
Right. But if you want to stay unmotivated, don't celebrate until you're this.
When I am a professional, when I stick the landing, that's when I'm going to be proud of myself, right? That's the bar we set for ourselves.
Okay. Or
warning.
We got a warning.
Warning.
We have a motivating thought coming.
Okay.
Are you ready?
All right.
I can just choose to be proud of myself today.
Screw it. I'm just going to be proud today. You know what? I put on my pants. Post-COVID, real pants with a zipper and a button.
You didn't have to jump off of the bed into your pants?
Exactly. I used to have a pair of pliers on my bedstand. It was for zippers. It was for zippers because I have scars for where I've tried to zip without the pliers. So yeah, we didn't have to, I needed no pliers this morning.
We're getting too motivating.
We're getting too, okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
So what else is unmotivating?
Yes, let's get back to
Number 2. Let's perfect Rob good.
Let's wait until you're perfect. All right, like that's good. We've made some changes, but like we're not celebrating until perfection. Right. Anybody attain that, by the way? Yeah. No? Okay.
So why is this unmotivating? Because when you strive for perfection, it keeps you in second place in a race that is only between you and the 1% better than you.
That's it. I've got some bad news because this is how I believed. Can you show like who I thought I was racing against? This is me starting my keto journey. Look at the intensity on my face, right? I'm a beautiful blonde woman on the inside. But yeah, so I would line up these people on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, the YouTubers, my coworker.
That we're striving to be like.
Even this knucklehead over here, they don't even know I'm racing them. It's like, you don't even know. You don't even know I'm racing them. I'm going to beat them. I am going to win against them. I'm racing them. They don't even know.
Here's the thing though. We're striving to be perfect like all of these people, like Instagram. This is the biggest oxymoron is Instagram. There is nothing instant about Instagram.
25 photos to get one photo. The right lighting. Two changes of wardrobe.
What you see on social media, it's a snapshot, and you have no idea what happened before or after that picture.
Yeah.
Stop trying to be this.
I assume I won the race after this picture was taken, right? But probably I just went and sat down. I just got a really good pose, and then I sat down and just, had a coffee, and that was it. No race at all.
Here's the thing. If we're trying to get our diet perfect, if success requires perfectly panned and massaged beef, thank you, Dr. Berry, for that, I won't be able to find success or afford success.
If we set perfection, even in ingredients, to that level, I mean, I'm looking to live to be 100, 120 at this point, right? How long are we going to be able to afford that or find it even? Yeah. So maybe perfection's not the goal.
Here's a little secret too. nobody has a perfect health journey. Nobody has got it perfect. And anybody online or in your life that says everything about their health journey is perfect, they just have a little bit of self-righteousness. There's only been one person who's ever been perfect in this earth. If you want to know about him, you can talk about it later. But anybody who's telling you you're doing it wrong and you're not doing it perfectly, move on, find somebody else.
Yes.
Okay? Because here's the thing. Oops, wrong way.
See, not perfect.
I can forget that my worst day on keto is still better than my best day on a standard American diet.
Do you know, I would always find the bottom of a bag of chips or a bag of donuts or whatever. And I was not concerned of being perfect. Like I would sit on the couch and literally need to be hosed down afterwards, after my snacking like situation going on, right? I wasn't worried like, is that perfect? I don't know. This day, I don't know if it was perfect or not. But now I'm hard on myself because I'm eating actual food. That seems odd.
I mean, the day that you ate 3 Keto Chow ice creams in the bathtub in one sitting.
I did not ask if I was perfect.
That was still better than the day that you ate a half a sleeve of Oreo cookies.
That's exactly right. Okay, so wait a second, brace yourself. Okay, the or is coming. Here it comes. All right, it's gonna be, okay. If less than perfect is the end of the world, my world is too small. Expand the world today. Stretch it out.
What else is unmotivating?
Yes. Yes.
Don't pick one approach and be consistent.
Be confused all the time. You don't even know what Monday's gonna look like yet. You have no plans for it because we don't even know how we're gonna switch it up, right? Maybe on Monday, like we're just only gonna eat cheese. Like, I don't know.
That would sound good.
I know, you would love that. Best day ever.
Anybody else have a cheese problem?
Okay, good. Aww.
Okay, so why is this so unmotivating? It's really simple. Because consistency is the foundation of success.
So let's say I want to be better at playing musical instruments. So I start practicing guitar on Monday, and then on Tuesday I take a piano lesson, and then on Wednesday it's flute. I mean, am I going to be experts at any of that? Like, can I even know if I'm inclined one way or another? No. I mean, I'm having fun experiences, but I'm never going to master anything because I'm not giving it enough time.
Now, we all are here because we probably heard about this conference from some social media influencer. I hate the term influencer.
Not with that shirt.
Every influencer's monthly challenge, weekly vlog, daily video provides us with another opportunity to pivot our eating plan.
Even slightly. Every single week. I mean, we just did one where it was like
we spun the wheel.
We spun the wheel and like picked a protein, okay? So you're like, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna be able to keto without this like carnivore device. Honey, stop what you're doing. We need a carnivore device.
How many people are from Florida? Okay. How many people aren't from Florida? Okay, we're gonna expose Dave, Vegas, he's never gonna have seen this. If you're not from Florida, we're in the middle of hurricane season.
Right.
When we get a hurricane prediction, the news channels decide everything for the next 72 hours is about a hurricane.
The trajectory.
And they give us a prediction of where the hurricane is going to go.
Uh-huh.
This is what it looks like.
So if this is where I'm getting my information about like how to buy groceries, like, I don't even know. I love the hearts in the side right over there. I mean,
but Floridians, is this not true?
Yeah.
Right? But this is what happens. We turn on social media and we predict where's our eating plan next week. Which influencer are we going to follow?
Right. And what if I like multiple people and half of my favorites are taking me up the coast and the other one, like we're heading to Texas.
Right.
Like I don't know where to go.
And the reason this happens is because we assume that every influencer, every doctor, every person talking about keto is speaking directly to us. They're marketing to us. Here's the problem. If we go by that with everything in our life, the shampoo company, I think that they're marketing to me.
And I don't think that they're marketing. Maybe like maybe your back. I don't know.
There's a lot back there.
Maybe my toes. Maybe my toes because I mean I shaved my legs this morning, but I'll need to shave it before the gala. I mean, maybe that, but that's what happens if we buy into we'll buy into everything if we assume that we're always everyone's target audience.
Right. Or
okay,
motivating thought. Okay. Close your ears.
Okay.
I can choose to give a plan the good old college try.
Ever heard of that term? The good old college try, all right?
Now, what does that mean? Well,
yeah.
How about this? We always tell people 30, 60, 90 days. You're going to make a change, 30, 60, 90 days. Minimum. Really, it should be 90 days. Now, good old college try, did you know the average semester is typically 15 weeks?
That puts us in line with like an actual, like we're thinking about, Sarah's in her doctorate right now. And it's not like they change up the subject every week, right? You're like, we're gonna finish this class. And it takes a while to do that.
Yeah, and we get messages from people, well, this doctor said this, and this doctor said that, and this influencer said, who's right? They're all right. However, they're right for the audience they are trying to reach. And just because they said it doesn't mean you're the audience. How do you know if you're the audience? Try it for 90 days.
Yeah.
If you did it for 90 days and it made no change, then it's probably not for you, move on. But don't do it for 3 days and go, it didn't work. Hey, I tried beef, butter, bacon, and egg for 3 days. I gained weight. This lady right here ate 500 calories for 2 years.
And it gained
70 pounds.
I'm extra that way.
So I say to her, let's do keto. She goes, okay, I want to stay married, so I'm going to eat beef and bacon and hamburgers. And for 30 days, she ate 2,500 calories, didn't lose any weight, and quit saying, it doesn't work.
But did I gain any weight? No.
But she didn't give it long enough to find out.
And I was only willing to see the one side of it was, did I lose weight? Not did I feel any better? Not like, is there changes happening? I didn't, or can we celebrate the win that I can freaking eat food? Like, I love that, right? How many people are, when Autumn was like, it's not a lean cuisine pizza, like I don't even know how to approach this if it's not this small. Like, this is a victory. We get to eat food.
You're getting too motivating.
Food. Okay, sorry.
Okay. So we can decide we can't move forward with anything until we understand the science of everything.
And here's an example of this. So if I can't explain the impact of oxalate dumping on your thyroid, then I cannot possibly order a bunless burger and or stop drinking fruit smoothies, right? So I could just be like, all right, I'm just gonna take the bread off. No. Do you understand the finite cellular level issues? Are you Dave Feldman right now? If you're not, there's no way then you could substitute anything for French fries right now. Don't try to do that. It will break everything, right?
So why is it so unmotivating? Because explaining the rules really just postpones the game.
Ooh, ever had kids that do that? Like, I don't understand.
Like one of our sons, every time we hey, it's time to unload the groceries, wait, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Question.
For an hour.
Clarifying question.
Okay, so here's a real simple question. How many people drive a car?
Sorta.
Keep your hands up if you can explain how when you turn that key, every single thing that happens in detail from the time you turn the key to the computer, to the way it fires the ignition, and how it puts the fuel in and the amount of air. Wow.
We're done. These are the only people who should be driving. This is Florida driving.
Do we still
This is
turn
the
the
issue.
key in and drive? Okay?
This is for Chris Bear right here.
The more clarifying questions that I need to research, the longer that I can delay moving forward.
You got me monologuing, which is what Chris Bear says all the time, right? If I can get me monologuing, I don't have to move
Here's
forward.
the real issue.
That's Rachel's Jailhouse Rock. A little more conversation and a little less action. I'm going to talk about it, right? And talk about 99 bottles of beer on the wall. Like when I get done with understanding it, then I can move forward.
Or
watch out.
we can have a motivating thought.
Okay.
We can say, I can make dinner without a doctorate.
Screw it. I'm just going to eat meat and figure out the rest later. Can we just eat meat?
Yeah.
All right, I can do that. I can do it. All right.
What else is unmotivating? Establish a daily tracking routine that makes it impossible to enjoy free time or even leave your home.
Do not. If you are not crying in a corner in a fetal position after you have
You're doing it wrong.
You're doing the tracking wrong. You're doing the tracking wrong. Everybody should have a good cry every day. Now, is tracking good for people? Yes. Sometimes people love it. But I'm talking about that next level thing. I mean, you should have 2 books and 2 apps, and you need photos, and you need to send it to somebody. And
Dave doesn't eat anything without putting a photo.
A bat signal, but he doesn't have 2 journals.
That's true.
Simultaneously, where he no.
Okay, so why is this so unmotivating? Because it can become a full-time job with no paycheck and no opportunity for promotion.
How long are you going to do this for? Ever? Forever, right?
So what do I need to track?
Everything. Everything.
How often should I track?
Every time you have a morsel of food. Stick of gum, I want to see a written essay on that.
How long do I need to do it? Forever.
Forever. So nothing, 50 years, 60 more years, maybe 80. I don't know.
Now let's be clear. We are not saying tracking is horrible and you should never track.
No,
there is a time and a place to track. Like our good friend Robert Sykes right now is trying to become the leanest man alive. He's got to be under 3% body fat. It is super unhealthy. He will tell you that. Please don't try to do that.
Right.
But to do that, he has to track every single thing he does. But he's doing it for a period of time. And then when he finishes competitions in September, he goes away from that, okay? There is a time and a place for it. And you can look at, you can say, I'm looking for a level of tracking that makes working, traveling, dating, and going out with friends super awkward and borderline impossible.
Right.
That's totally unmotivating.
Do you mind if we're gonna meet up for a girls' night? Can I bring my rolling suitcase with all of my things that I need to track with? Do you mind if we go bowling, but also I need to write a short essay, Robin, the next time that we go bowling, because we might eat and I need to record it.
Or we can have a motivating thought.
Okay.
And we can say, I can choose to track one thing without having to track everything.
So what's the one thing? I am addicted to nut butters. I really like them to the point where I like the entire jar is a single serving, right? I don't care. I actually turn it over sometimes and it's 162 servings. That can't be it. That can't be it. Try 3. If I get 3 nights out of this jar, I'm pretty impressed with myself. So maybe that's the thing I track.
Right.
That's the thing I track.
Or
yes.
We can have another motivating thought.
Yep.
We can say, if I'm not using certain data in a meaningful way, then I can choose to stop collecting that data.
Because maybe we started for a reason, making sure that we had eyes on the issue. I needed to say, Rachel, you need to lead with meat. And I needed to track that down to make sure that was actually happening. But the people at the Brazilian steakhouse feel I'm clear on that subject, right? They're this woman is not confused about this anymore.
I mean, what do you not understand about the fact that our 8-month-old grandbaby is eating a piece of picanha at the table with no teeth?
Right, yeah.
Right? I think it's pretty clear we only want the meat.
Yeah, we're good. We got it.
Now, how do I stop the obsessive tracking and get more motivated?
Challenging.
Well, have there been any changes since you were doing all of this obsessive tracking? Am I learning anything new? Is it just busy work? Is there something else that I can look at instead?
Because for me, putting myself out socially was really challenging. I have lived with social anxiety and mental illness issues my entire life. I do keto for brain health more than anything. I thought it was so that I could have a smaller pair of jeans, but it was because I needed a bigger life. But I didn't know how to have a bigger life. I didn't know how to walk out that door. So if I could just be super hyper fixated on all of the things that I needed to do at home, I got to never leave my home. Yeah. So venturing out and tracking something new was important. Now I track things did I meet somebody new today? Did I friend somebody? Did I have a conversation? Did I maintain a friendship? Because after not having friendships my whole life, I don't know how to have a friendship that's healthy and not super awkward, right? Because it's weird for me to be this is hi, oh my gosh, I'm so good to see you today, right? Not everybody's cool with that.
And when it comes to your weight loss,
I've learned.
People say, well, I'm tracking all my food and everything is perfect. Okay, let's take a look at some things that I bet you're not tracking. Where's your sleep? Where's your stress management? Where's your movement? Because only 80% of your health journey has to do with the food you eat. The other 20% is sleep, stress, and movement. And you can have your food perfect, but if you don't handle the other 20%, you will have no success. Maybe in the very beginning, I lost weight at the beginning, but The food kind of caught up to me, and now I got to look at like, okay, Joe, like the fact that you get 4 hours of sleep, that's kind of stupid.
Yeah,
You know?
we're just rearranging furniture on the Titanic, basically.
Right. So, okay, what else is unmotivating?
Sprinkle in a number of carb-rich eating days each month.
We're gonna touch some people now.
All right, I can't even look sometimes because this is, you know, a lot of times people ask us, what do you think about carb cycling? And I think, oh my gosh, this was the first thing that came to my mind. Like, why is it so unmotivating? And this is it for me, at least. The hardest part of space exploration is getting that freaking spaceship off the ground. The majority of the fuel, right? Like you say like all those extra parts, there's only one part of that spaceship that's like still gonna be in orbit.
Chris in the Air Force, they work at NASA, right? I remember, how many people remember the space shuttle? You watched it on TV when it went up in the 80s,
things would break
right?
off and fall down.
All of that to get up in the air, and then it drops it, and then that thing kind of goes wherever it wants. It doesn't need anything. That's keto. It takes so much power to get it off the ground. And then once you're there, this is super easy.
But you're asking me that multiple times a month, I have to have a space shuttle launch? Like I have to get up the motivation and like, today's a good day and oh my gosh, I can do it. Let's do that. You know, oh my gosh, do I have enough energy in like on August 17th to do this again? Maybe not.
Right.
Maybe not.
I mean, your body wants a simple answer to the question, am I carb fueled or am I fat fueled?
And when your body is unclear, you may experience some or all of the following symptoms. And maybe when you got started on keto, you experienced this. And maybe if you have had some like, hey, this is gonna be fun, off-plan days, you may have experienced this before, which is dizziness, lethargy,
swimming vision,
chills,
sugar cravings,
nausea, shaking. It ain't the keto. It's not the every other day that you're on keto. It's the taking yourself out of the game plan. Those are the days where your body is confused. It's not fully driving on carbs, but you're also not really driving on fat either. So like, what is this thing running on? Like, I don't know. And we all know there's basically a toddler on the inside of us, right? When confused, throw a fit. Don't ask questions, throw a fit. Like, I don't know what we're eating today, so I'm just gonna poop my pants and I'm just gonna be in the bathroom all day long because I don't know what we're doing.
We have a very unpopular opinion. Keto every day, don't cheat ever. That's our, so birthday, stay keto. Holiday, stay keto.
Just give me more jewelry.
Okay, so it's August, we're coming up. We have our sister-in-law's birthday is tomorrow.
Right.
Your birthday.
September 3rd.
We've got John Paul's birthday. We've got Peyton's birthday. We've got my birthday. We've got Thanksgiving. We've got Halloween. I can give you an excuse why every other week for the next 4 months I go off of keto. But here's the thing. It can take 12 days to 3 weeks to lose the physical compulsion for craving of sugar.
So if 2 days a month I've tapped out, am I even getting back to start again? If I'm that person that takes 3 weeks.
That's a great way to stay unmotivated.
It's so awesome. Like high five, yeah. Like we really nailed the unmotivation because that is really frustrating.
Or,
okay.
Motivating thought.
All right.
I can choose to keep my fuel consistent and my hobbies diverse.
We can do different stuff. Let's just do different stuff, right? There's all kinds of things that we can do. I mean, Orlando really like points that out, right? So we
like
went,
you can go to Disney World like we did on Wednesday with the grandbaby, and you can eat all the stuff, or you could walk 8 miles and you can experience all the rides that you couldn't fit on when you weighed 300 pounds.
Well, and we went shopping, and Steve from Keto Chow went to like an antique cars museum. So you can.
And he didn't buy a car.
He did not buy a car, and which was lucky for him because he has to go home with Holly from this. Yeah, don't impulse purchase a car from a car museum.
What else is unmotivating?
Yes.
Expend a lot of energy. Observing what you don't like to eat and what you don't enjoy doing.
I would love to turn over the comments to you guys to handle for us, like in a week, where you do something and even you put out a recipe and like we had balls, Michelle's meatballs, and they were like, I just don't like anything shaped in a meatball shape. I don't know what to do with that. Flatten it, I'd make it a square. I don't know what to do with that. Like, Or someone will say, I chicken, not for me. Okay, noted. Let me go get the binder with all the things you like and don't like, and I'll just pencil that right in.
Our channel exists because we came home from church and we were like, okay, what are we gonna do? Let's start a YouTube channel because we got tired of people going, how did you lose 100 pounds? You tell me, that doesn't work. I don't like salt. I can't have hamburger. So like, go watch this.
Right.
Right? Why is this so unmotivating? Because dissatisfaction is not a parking space. It's a towaway zone.
It is not a place where you're thinking like, I'm just gonna sit right here and just think about all the things I don't like about Triple B and E. I don't even like listening to John Schneider from the Dukes of Hazzard that's came up with it, right? Because isn't Dr. Barry John Schneider from the Dukes of Hazzard?
Yes.
Like, when we were watching, as Autumn said, like, is Dr. Berg still a thing? Like, is he still there? I think he's still there. We were watching Dr. Berg, and then it got requested, like suggested to us, you might like Dr. Barry. And I literally called, he was mowing the lawn. And I said, you are never gonna believe this, but John Schneider from the Dukes of Hazzard has started a YouTube channel, and I think you're gonna really enjoy it. But yeah, I could just park it and talk about all the things that I don't like, but basically all I'm doing is making a case to tow me out of this place and not stay keto.
Well, let's give some examples.
Yeah.
So, exercise.
Yeah.
It's hot.
It's hot. I mean, it's hot. And there's like 2 days a year where I'm gonna wake up and not like complain about that. Because we live in Florida, right? So there's 2 days that you're like, oh, I need a sweater. And then what do we say those days? Oh, it's 2.
Right. How about food? I don't like to eat beef.
I mean, you don't have to eat it like that.
Right.
Maybe that's why he doesn't
That's
like
our
it.
grandbaby.
Yeah.
Put Peyton's picture up last night. That's what Peyton looked like last night.
He was very intense about it.
Okay, or we can have a motivating thought.
Watch out.
I can choose to focus on what I do like to do and what I do like to eat.
I think that if they have managed to figure out how we can do like indoor skydiving here in Orlando, we can figure out how to move our body and have air conditioning.
There's something called a gym that has air conditioning.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
There's
a pool.
Water parks.
Yes,
right?
Because I've learned that I will stair step to the top of a slide if I can get to slide it down and be in water, right? So find out what you do like. You don't like beef? That's fine. Have you tried lamb? Do you like seafood? Do you like chicken? You know what I don't like? Staying the same. Yeah. Staying addicted to sugar. I don't want to go back there. So let's figure out what it is that I do like. If sardines are not your favorite thing, don't eat sardines.
Hey.
Eat something else.
We've got about 15 minutes, 10 minutes.
Oh, awesome.
Right, but we still have about 60 more
Oh my
slides.
gosh, you gotta go faster. Stop monologuing.
What else is unmotivating? Number 8, constantly attempt to justify your way of eating to people who are dissatisfied with what you're doing.
Who's lost an afternoon with this? At least one afternoon you tried to explain only to be met with like, you know, this ain't it. Yeah.
So why is it so unmotivating? Because staying on the defensive can be physically and emotionally exhausting.
It's like somebody is challenging you to a debate and they're like setting up a podium at their holiday party at the work cooler. Like, I just want to take my break right now. I don't want to have to explain to you why keto is good. Now, I love watching this guy and he's always like, changed my mind, right? But do you see how happy this guy is? This knucklehead has set up a table and a chair, and it's his YouTube channel, right? It is his thing. So guess who is anticipating he's gonna come out on the upper hand of this, right? So if I go and take a seat next to him and I sip that water cup, I've basically accepted the challenge that I've got to defend myself, prove him wrong. And it doesn't always end well.
If I keep granting people permission to pull me over, I'm never going to get anywhere.
Let's stop deputizing people. The keto police, the carb police, the carnivore police, or even the sugar police, the childhood experience police. Like, Michelle is feeding her daughter differently than maybe the other moms in the mom group, right? If she gives them authority to pull her over in the way that she's parenting, is she ever going to get her daughter to where she wants her daughter to be? No. No one, like, even if they start throwing the lights, don't pull over. do not pull over and do not deputize these people.
Or we can have a motivating thought.
Okay?
If I don't have to aim for changing someone's mind, I can aim for disagreeing agreeably.
I can look at somebody and say, I love you. I care about our relationship. And I don't want to have this discussion because I know that I'm not going to persuade you and you're not going to persuade me. And our relationship is more important than me being right or you being right on this matter. What is something that we can talk about and end in a hug? I am not leaving this kitchen table crying and not speaking to you until the next holiday. We're going to maintain a relationship.
I mean, newsflash, we don't agree on everything. We agree to disagree.
Yeah.
And if you get into a group, like, sorry, carnivores, stay out of the carnivore groups if you're not a carnivore.
Even the carnivores are afraid of them.
If you're a carnivore, I'd tell you to stay out of the carnivore groups because some of them are crazy. But if you're a keto person, stay out of the carnivore group. They're just going to beat you up. You're not going to change their mind. They're not going to change your mind. Instead, find a group that accepts everybody, like the Two Crazy Ketos family.
I think that's a good idea.
Right? But get away from the people that are going to try to constantly change your mind. You're going to get upset. They're going to get upset. There's no winning. So what else is unmotivating? Complicate mealtime.
And we in YouTube land can absolutely help you with this.
Can't eat till 2 o'clock.
Yeah, or let me show you the laundry list of things that you need to get from the grocery store. This is why it is so unmotivating. I do not have the energy or interest in a 7-course keto meal after a long day of work, right? If you have multiple kids, like, does Miriam want to have to feed 6 children but have to have like all of these things that she needs to buy so that she can make her own homemade noodles that are like, who has time?
Right.
If you don't
We're
have
not saying
time,
they're bad.
They're not bad, but if you don't have time or energy and it's just gonna wreck your night or mess up your opportunity to spend time with your family and friends because you're like, I gotta be in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not for you.
All of the best recipes require an hour of grocery shopping, 75 minutes of meal prep time, and every clean dish you own.
This is my mom says that. She's like, if I make a keto recipe I see on the internet, I don't understand it either.
Yeah.
Then yeah, she's like, I'm washing dishes for the rest of the night.
Our son Anthony loves to cook.
Yes.
And he makes this dish that is amazing. It's called birria. And you could make it very keto.
Yes.
Right? Just take out the flour tortillas, everything else, I mean, cheese, tortilla.
It's delicious.
It takes him 14 hours, every pot in our house, and he shops in like every little obscure Spanish grocery store to find 8 different varieties of dried chili peppers.
Do you got time for that this summer?
It smells amazing. He did it on video for our channel.
It was wonderful, but I do not have 14 hours to make dinner tonight.
Right.
I don't. I just do not.
Every social media outlet has a new recipe, but are you in the season of your life to cook it up right now?
Yeah.
Or we can have a motivating thought. I can choose to keep my meals simple.
It's okay. We're not going to come to your house and be like, hamburger patties again. I'm not comfortable with this. Okay? I do not see enough like fun and uniqueness on your plate, and I need to see more variety. You're allowed to eat what you want to eat.
At least 5 times a week, we get a message from someone. You guys don't do enough full day of eating videos. Why not? Because what we eat is boring.
It's ground beef day again. Like, there we go.
Every once in a while we'll do it, and then we do a full day eating video, and they're like, you keep eating the same thing.
I know.
It's easy.
I know, it's just easy.
Okay, I got a question for you. Can a 74-year-old woman who lives alone just eat beef on repeat?
So this is my beautiful mama. She just turned 74 years old.
25-year type 2 diabetic.
Completely reversed. I got the blessing of going, she was diagnosed with having blockages in her heart, requiring stents. She just started keto, was in it about 2 months. We wheeled her back into the operating room. They wheeled her right back out. I was like, what, did we not sign something? And they're like, no, the blockages are all gone. We do not need to do surgery. The day that they changed her medical distinction from type 2 diabetic to no longer a type 2 diabetic, full remission, was a really exciting day. And for somebody who has had to battle this for more than 25 years, that was big news.
But you know what her meals are?
It's a lot of just beef. I mean, it's pretty, but she says, here's the thing. I'm a widow. I live alone. If I make one of these keto meals, it's like 12 servings. I don't know if I can make that kind of commitment to this dish. Like, I don't know if tomorrow and 2 weeks from now, I'm gonna want to eat the same exact meal. So is it okay if I just keep it simple? I think yes.
So when it comes to mealtime, I want you to ask yourself 3 simple questions. Number 1, how many carbs should I eat?
Here's the answer. As few as possible. Let's keep it simple, right? How many carbs? As few as possible.
How much protein should I eat?
Here we go. As much as you want. Eat as much as you want.
How much fat should you eat?
Okay, this is very important. Okay, really jot this down. Enough to keep you out of jail between meals. Okay, that is the goal. If you have ever tried to white knuckle it and not give yourself enough fat, and I'm looking at him like, maybe a murder, maybe. So keep yourself out of jail. That's the fat level.
Okay, we got a couple more real quick.
Okay.
What else is unmotivating? Number 10, surround yourself with the food that's most troublesome for you.
I have at least 25 people a week that are like, I have a horrible time with like sweeteners. Okay. How many sweeteners do you have in your house? All of them. All of them. All of them. And some of them doubles. Some of them doubles.
So why is it unmotivating? Because it's tiring to live at war with yourself.
It's hard because of the shading of this thing, but it's a battlefield of my own making. And I have to battle myself all day long. I mean, even when I'm like being good, I know like that thing that I have trouble with is sitting there in the closet. So for the month of July, I told Joe, I'm like, I'm not eating any nut butters. Okay, like I want to go on record here. And so guess what was not on the grocery list? Nut butters, right? Because it's like the mountains are calling, right? If I'm just like, I'm here being good and it's like, oh, come see me. And I'm like, oh, I just don't want that battle. If I have to put pants on to go to Publix, I'm probably not going to eat the nut butter.
So if I have a sweet tooth and I discover I have it, I can entertain it all day long if there's nothing but sweets in my house.
Yeah, I can do that. They would be super unmotivating and you like hate yourself all day long.
I mean, I can surround myself with tough choices.
Absolutely.
Buy every keto treat, make every keto dessert recipe. Don't make it easy.
Don't make this easy on you. Life is so easy, right? It's like so free of all other struggles. So like, let's make ourselves a little bit more frustrated in this area of our life as well.
Or
what I feed grows, what I starve dies, and I choose what to feed. I promise you, if you give it long enough without any sweeteners or whatever it is that you're struggling with. If I give nut butter enough, like where I don't eat it anymore and we're back here next year and I haven't had a nut butter, it's not going to call to me. I have to give it enough time to stop. Like it still has my phone number, right? It's still, I have not changed location. It knows how to reach me. Okay, yes.
That's 10 though. We did it.
Yeah, we did 10.
Yeah.
Good.
But we have a bonus.
We have to have a bonus.
Right, we always have a bonus.
Yeah.
You want to know the best way to stay unmotivated?
Stay isolated.
Stay isolated.
Yeah. Don't make friends. I mean, you're here at the Keto Orlando Summit. Don't talk to anybody. My gosh. Sarah, move over. You're sitting next to people right now. Oh my gosh.
So why is this unmotivating? Because the theme for parties thrown in isolation tends to be pity parties.
That's the theme. No princess party, just pity party.
So here's the leaning tower of Pisa. Alone, I'm more likely to fixate on all my flaws and postpone my joys.
All I notice is that this thing is not straight up, right? There's something wrong here. Like we call in an expert.
But when you have some community,
we've got a different perspective. Now it's almost like you're glad there's a little bit of flaw, right? No other structure is getting this type of photography, right? No, everybody's gonna make sure that they get a photo with this.
Now I know
to put their spin on it.
We're late, but we started late.
Yes, we did.
But I have a question. What do you say? Shout it out.
Shout it out. Okay, I heard duck and I heard rabbit, and you're both right. But your first response to what you see is going to be different than somebody else's, and maybe they can call out of you something that you're just not seeing.
Because see, when you're in community, you don't see what the rest of them see.
Yeah. So get in community.
So you can have that motivating thought and you can choose to start investing in your community today. And you've done that. You're here at the Keto Orlando Summit. And we're going to challenge you, when you leave here, don't go home without having the names and contact information. You don't have to have their bank account phone numbers, but get the
Follow them
contact,
home. No,
social information from somebody you don't know.
Yeah.
I look at people in this room that we didn't know last year. I look at people in this room that didn't know each other, and now they go on cruises together.
Right.
Right? Leave here. You need to be in community. It is too hard, too unmotivating to do keto alone. And so we have a huge community. We're super proud of it. Aside from YouTube, we have our Twitter, or whatever it's called now, Instagram.
It's like X. I was like, wait, did I lose the
What
app?
we're really proud of is our Mighty Networks group. You can find us at members.twocrazyketos.com. It is completely free. You can support us financially if you want, but you can join for free and get in community.
Yeah. Thanks for being here. We did it. We didn't go over. All right, so it's till 11:15, right? Are they changing over?
Yeah.
Okay.